Welcome to Wonder Math. Today I'm going to go over the last test of the practice SAT number 8, section 3. There are 20 questions for 25 minutes, and there's no penalty on SAT, so please take the best guess if you don't know the answer. Okay. Number 1, in the equation above, what is the value of x? So let's simplify. So here's 3x plus x, 4, 5, 6. 6x minus 5 equals to 7 plus 2x. So subtract 2x from both sides. So you get 4x and plus 5 on both sides equals to 12. So when you divide by 4, x is 3. All right, good. D is 3. So D. Number 2, the graph above shows the distance traveled D in feet, and by the product of the conveyor belts m minutes after the product is placed on belt. Which of the following questions correctly relates D and M? So it started at, it's a linear function, so it will be y equals mx plus b. So y-intercept, where x is 0, is 0. And m, slope is rise over run, 2 over 1. So 2 over 1 is 2. X plus 0, it's y equals to 2x. It doubles. So it is, x is m. So it is d equals to 2m. So it's A. The formula below is often used for project managers to complete E. The essential time to complete a job where O is the shortest completion time, P is the longest completion time, and M is the most likely completion time. All right, so what are we doing? We just got to solve for P, right? You don't really have to understand what they're saying. You just got to solve for P. So multiply by 6 on both sides. So 6E equals to O plus 4M plus P. So now you subtract O from both sides and subtract 4M from both sides. So then you get P equals to 6E minus O minus 4M. So 6E minus O minus 4M, A is the answer. 4. In the figure above, RT is equal to TU. RT is equal to, this equals to that. So it's isosceles triangle, meaning these two angles will be the same. So let's see. If these two are same, and it's from, and the triangle forms 180, it's 180 minus 114, which will be 66, right? And they're evenly divided into 2. So when you divide by 2, it becomes 33. So this is 33. 33, I'm not sure whether it will be helpful, most likely. But let's see what else we have. So, what else we have? If this is 114 exterior angle, then it's a sum of these two. Or you can do, right, exterior angle theorem. If you have a triangle, then this is equal to these two. If this is angle 1 and 2, then the exterior angle is 1 plus 2, these two. So we know these two adds up to 114. If you don't remember that, you can just find this, which is 66. The linear pair, they add up to 180. And these three got to add up to 180 again. So it must be 180 minus 31 minus 66, which is 180 minus 97, which gives you 83, right? 83. So this is 83. That means this is 83. So this equals to 180 minus 33 minus 83, which is 180 minus 11 and 6, 116. So we get 64 degrees. So We have 64. Fine. The width of the rectangular dense floor is W feet. The width is W. And the length of the floor is 6 feet longer than its width. Okay? So we can write 6 plus W, so that's the length. And this is the width. Which of the expression represents the perimeter in feet in terms of W? So this is 6 plus W, and this is W. So it is all perimeter. You go around and add it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 W's. 4W plus 6 plus 6 is 12. So it is B. Number 6. Which of the following consists of the y coordinates of all the points that satisfy the system of inequalities above? So y must be greater than 2x plus 1, and 2x is greater than 5. So x must be greater than 2x. So x must be, when you divide by 2 on both sides, x must be greater than 2.5. So let's put 2.5 there. So y is greater than 5 minus 1, which is 5, greater than 4, right? Must be greater than 4. Because whatever you subtract from, that x must be greater than 2.5, so it must be greater than whatever you have it there. Okay? You can also sketch it, and it will look something like this: -1, up to 1, up to another 1, up to another 1 like this. Above means above. And this becomes x is greater than 2.5. So 2.5 must be at 4, right? Based on what we have. So it has to be greater than. So it's this reason. Greater than, it's on the right. So which part overlaps here? Here. Then y is greater than 4. 7. What is the solution set of the equation above? So here, let's move 4 on both sides. So square root of 2x plus 6. When you simplify it, x is equal to x minus 1. So there are only a few answers that you have to plug in. So I'll just plug it in. So what about -1? When you plug in -1, you get square root of -2 plus 6, which is 4. And -1 minus 1 is -2. But square root of 2 is not equal to -2. So 1 does not count. Oh, then it has to be 5, right? Because you have to eliminate the choices with -1. What about 5? So here, when you plug it in 5, it's square root of 16 equals to 5 minus 1 is 4. Not positive 4, -4, positive 4. So it is 4 equals to 4. Yes, it is true. So it is just number 5. 8. Which of the following expression is equivalent to f of x divided by g of x, where x is greater than 3? Okay. So let's simplify it. So f of x is, when you take out x, I get x squared minus 9, which is x, and here's the difference of square. A squared minus b squared is a plus b, and a times a minus b. So here it's x squared minus 3 squared, so x plus 3, x minus 3 over g of x. So here when you factor, you get x, 1 multiplies to -3 and adds to -2 minus 3, and x plus 1. So x minus 3 and x plus 1. So here you have to know how to factor these. So you get x times x plus 3 divided by x plus 1, which is D. 9. In the xy plane, the graph of equation above is a circle. Okay? When it's a circle, you have to remember the formula. So this is your h and k. Your center is h and k, whatever you subtract from x and y. So that is 6, -5, they switch sign. And this is r squared. So r is for the radius. So point P is on the circle and has a coordinate of that. If PQ is the diameter of a circle, what is the coordinate of point Q? So center is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The radius is 4. So where's 10? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. That, right? The point they gave you. So if you're looking for this point on the left, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it must be 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 comma negative 5. Yes. 2 comma negative, right? 2 comma negative. So diameter is on both ends on the circle. The group of 202 people went on the overnight camping trip, taking 60 tents with them. Some of the tents held 2 people each, some of 2 people, and rest of 4 people each. Assuming all the tents were filled to capacity and every person got to sleep in the tent. Exactly how many of the tents were 2-person tents? Okay. So let's see. So if you say 2-person tent is X, 4 people tent is Y. X plus Y. There were a total of 60 tents, right? And 2 times X, 2 people tents, plus 4 times 4 people tents. That will be the total number of people. So that was 202. Now we're looking for X. So let's solve for X. Let's put Y, or actually let's divide these by 2's. So this becomes X plus 2Y equals to 101. So since we are solving for X, let's substitute X for Y. So Y from this equation, Y equals to 60 minus X. So then here, when you plug it in Y, it's X plus 2 times Y, 60 minus X equals to 101. So I get X plus 120 minus 2X equals to 101. So I get negative X and minus 120 equals to negative 19. So X is 19. So 19. Right? So here, 11. Which of the following could be the equation of graph above? So, you know this, if you have a parabola, that's x squared. If you have one look like this, that's x cubed. Now, another one going up, like what we have is x to the 4th. And here we have 3 zeros, right? So you should have something with just x and x plus 3, right? This is your roots. When would it become 0? When it's negative 3 and you're positive 2, then it's x minus 2. But it should be power to the 4th power. So it could be here squared. So first find x plus 3. So it has to be one of these two. But again, the power must be 4. So it must be B, your answer. 12. If 2a over b is 1 over half, 1 over 2, what is the value of b over a? So b over a, flip it first. So b over 2a is 2. And how do you get rid of 2 in denominator? Multiply by 2 on both sides. So b over a is 4. So it is D. 13. Oil and gas production in a certain area dropped from 4 million barrels in 2000 to 1.9 million barrels in 2013. So in 13 years, it dropped from 4 million to 1.9 million. Assuming that the oil and gas production decrease at the constant rate, so linear. So the rate of change will be what? So it dropped from 4 to 1.9, so it's minus 2.1, right? And it took 13 years. And which of the following linear function best describes on the production T years after 2000? So the y-intercept will be what it was at 2000. So it was at 4, right? Y equals to mx plus b. There will be a lot of questions involving y equals mx plus b linear function. So it will look something like this. So plus 4 for y-intercept. And it could be negative. It's decreasing. It should be negative, not positive. And 2.2. So when you multiply by tens, it's 21 over 130 t plus 4. 14. How many solutions are there to system of equations above? So let's set the equation for y's and solve it. So here, y is x squared plus 3x minus 7 equals to y is what? Plus 5x minus 8. So it is 5x minus 8, right? When you move these to the other side, y becomes that. So this is y, and this is your y. So now move everything to one side. So x squared minus 5x on both sides. It's minus 2x minus 8. So now you add 8. It's plus 1 equals to 0. So what number multiplies to 1 adds to negative 2? X minus 1. X minus 1 or x minus 1 squared. So x is 1. So there's only one solution. Exactly one solution. 15. The function g and h are defined above. What is the value of h of 0? So h of 0 means x is 0. So you plug it in, g of 0. G of 0 is 0 minus 1, which is minus 1. So it becomes 1 minus negative 1, which is 2. 1 plus 1 is 2, right? Just gotta plug in 0 to find g of 0 and plug into h. 16, if a is a solution of equation above and a is positive, what is the value of a? Positive. So factor it, it's x. What multiplies, two number multiplies to negative 12 and adds to positive 1, right? Coefficient. So it is plus 4 and minus 3 equals to 0. So x is negative 4 and 3. So positive answer must be 3. Number 17. The sum of negative 2x squared plus x plus 31 and 3x squared plus 7x minus 8, sum of it, you add it, can be written in form of that, where a, b, c are constant. What is the value of a, b, c? So let's add it. Negative 2x squared plus 3x squared is just 1x squared. X plus 7x is 8x. 31 minus 8 is plus 23. So now you add 1, 8 and 23, which is 31, right? 9 plus 23 is 32. 32, sorry, right? 9 plus 23 is 32. 22. 18. If x comma y satisfy the system of equation above, what is the value of y? So just system of equation, but this one, you can just add it to eliminate the x's, right? Negative x plus x is gone. Y plus 3y is 4y. And negative 3.5 plus 9.5 becomes positive 6. So when you divide by 4 on both sides, y is become 6 over 4, which is 3 over 2, or 1.5. 19. A startup company opened with 8 employees. The company's growth plan assumes that 2 new employees will be hired each quarter every 3 months for the first 5 years. If an equation is written in the form in linear function, y equals mx plus b, to represent the number of employees, y employed by the company X quarters after the company opens, what is the value of B? So what it started with, right? Started with what? 8 employees. So it is just 8. We don't need the slope. It's just asking the initial value, the y-intercept. In the circle above, point A is the center, okay? And the arc length BC is 2/5. So this is 2/5 of the circumference. So that's the ratio. What is the value of x? So circumference, this is 2/5 of the circumference, which will be what? X over the total circle, which is 360. So you can cross multiply. 5x equals to 2 times 360, which is 720. When you divide by 5, x equals to 162, right? 720 divided by 5 is 1, 5, 22, so it's 4, 20, and again 20. So actually, I'm sorry, 144, right? I did the math wrong. It is 144 when you subdivide 5 from 720. 144 degrees, but you don't have to put the units.